What's up, Wackpack? Eugene here, back again. Hope you're all well. Gonna do a perfume unplugged for you today. Just kind of feeling myself, but I've got my scent of the day, Geranium pour Monsieur by Frederic Malle, my absolute favorite niche brand. I'm very much a loyalist when it comes to brands, and that's kind of why I don't venture out. I'm very comfortable with the things that I do enjoy, and Frederic Malle's been one of my favorites ever since I've kind of discovered them with Musc Ravageur and Portrait of a Lady and that kind of stuff. But Geranium pour Monsieur, a very classy, crisp spring fragrance based around peppermint and geranium, so very green, herbal, fuzzy. Can really see this going well with a crisp white shirt, even though I'm wearing a blue motherfucking collar. But yeah, just a gorgeous fragrance. I find it actually based more upon peppermint than actual geranium, and I love geraniums. My mom's garden is filled with geraniums. I can definitely get a lot of that fuzzy, herbal, green, leafy geranium. Got an unboxing for you today. With my promotion at work, I went out and I treated myself to some new work boots because I couldn't wait for Christmas. But with work boots, I also wanted some new work socks because the last ones, or my last 100 pairs or so, were starting to get crusty and discolored. So I went on Amazon, got some really cool work socks. I don't know why, I always like white work socks. They're just really more comfy, and they got that nice cotton and stuff. But since I was on Amazon, I did a little bit more shopping, and a couple of Carons fell into my basket. I always love when that happens. I guess with the promotion, I wanted to treat myself to some new perfumes as well. And Carons have been getting a lot of attention lately, even on YouTube. Some reviewers with tastes similar to mine have been reviewing Caron, and I do own Pour Homme, which I love, and is a very simple, old school, classic masculine based on vanilla and lavender. And I really appreciate it. Even though I don't really talk about old school classic masculines a lot, I love them. I can totally wear them every single day, but modern designers just don't do anything for me whatsoever. And I think a lot of that has got to do with them just being really less sophisticated, and the craftsmanship isn't on par. And whenever I smell like a modern and compare it to an old school, I can definitely see a lot of differences in craftsmanship. And I would always explain it in the way of, let's say you take two fairly large mason jars, you fill one with sand and you filled one with marbles. And the sand and the marbles are supposed to represent molecules, or the perfume molecules. And to me, the old school masculine would definitely be the one filled with sand. Everything is tight and compact, and it's got flow, and it's it's classy and subtle. Whereas the one with marbles is just very sloppy. I pick up just holes in the craftsmanship, and it burns my nose, and it's very loud and boisterous and obnoxious, and I just picture these doofuses with their jeans hanging below their butts, wearing this crap, coming to the store going, Versace. Like, get the fuck out of here. It drives me absolutely nuts. But that's just the way whatever you want to call this perceives craftsmanship, or how I would best explain it. So you got really tight molecules, really small and refined, versus really large, cheap smelling marbles or golf balls, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I definitely think that the Caron old school masculine, or at least the one that I've smelt, fits into really well crafted perfume. And I really like Pour Homme, enough where I was able to go and blind buy a couple others, and I'm not even sure that they both came in here. For all I know, all I got is socks, but we're gonna give this the go. We're gonna blind sniff these and see what they're made out of. So it's always, you know, fun and exciting to know. This is not a Caron. I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. And no, I did not get my work socks. Thought my work socks were gonna be in here. All right, here we go. Here's the Caron that I'm talking about, and this is Third Man. I also ordered Yadigan, but it's obviously it's not here. So I'm really curious to smell this. I don't know anything about it. I've never smelled this before. I don't even know the notes, but I do love the packaging to the Caron. I think it's very classy. It exudes, you know, old school masculine, you know, aftershave splash. Love the color of that fragrance. You know, it looks very lemony. I'm gonna guess it's very zesty and citrusy. I love spraying it up in the air. Oh wow, I do get a lot of zest and spices and patchouli, resins. It's mossy, it's green, it's woody. This is definitely an old school Chypre. I can definitely pick up that oak moss, the leather, the patchouli. It's, you know, everything is in here. I guarantee if I go online right now, I'm gonna see a woody Chypre. That's definitely what I get from this. So this, you know, right away kind of reminds me of Santos de Cartier, in less of a way, maybe even on Teus. A lot of patchouli. I get a lot of patchouli out of this. So patchouli, Chypre is definitely, you know, you got your citrus, your contrasting patchouli, and your oak moss, and they all kind of like sizzle on your skin. I love that. That contrasting resins and woods, just, you know, it's got this really nice pop off your skin. So this to me is definitely a winner. Put some on skin. It might change, but... So the other one I got was Yadigan. It obviously didn't show up, but this did. This is Vol de Nuit in the older style packaging, which I'm happy to have in Eau de Toilette. Let's open this up. I do know Vol de Nuit. I do own only the Parfum version, which I love, 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 love. And I've always wanted to review Vol de Nuit, but the thing is, it's extremely complex, and it's full of florals that I have never smelled in real life before. My only reference to these florals are in perfume, and I don't want to come on here and say, oh yeah, this smells exactly like galbanum, and I've only really smelled galbanum in other Chanel or Dior or Guerlain perfumes. So, you know, it just kind of wouldn't... I don't think it would be really authentic. But, you know, hopefully one day if I can get my nose on real galbanum or stuff like that at a floral shop. But Vol de Nuit is also, I think it's kind of listed as an oriental, but I do get a lot of that. I get a lot of florals, citrus, civet, leather. It's got that waxy, cosmetic-y makeup accord, which I love so much. I think it's one of my absolute favorite accords in all of perfume, is that makeup accord. I get the dry woods, I get the florals, I get... It's definitely got a lot of green notes, like... I want to say there's vetiver and oak moss in here as well. And it reminds me a lot of... I want to say 19, Chanel's number 19. if I had to pick one fragrance that it reminds me the most of, it's definitely 19. It's got that iris, that dry, powdery, creamy iris. This obviously isn't built as nicely as the Parfum, but you know, it's also a lot cheaper and more affordable, but it's gorgeous in its own right. Vol de Nuit. Okay, so I've got those two, and I do have one more. And this wasn't planned like this at all. It just happened, you know. This wasn't from Amazon. They probably charge a arm and legs. You know, sometimes you can find real good deals on Amazon. This is the first time I've ever purchased perfume off of Amazon, but this was from one of the Facebook groups and something that I've always wanted and was going to get eventually regardless. And this is a tester of Frederic Malle's Bois d'Orage. I had always really wanted the French Lover style bottle just because I really love, you know, that name French Lover, but you know, saving several $100s because it doesn't have the French name and it doesn't have a box is, you know, always a win-win for me. And I think this is my second tester, from second or third. I think Lipstick Roses that I have is also a tester. So I'm not really familiar with this one. I've worn samples several times. I know Christo's a huge fan. This has never been sprayed. Yeah, it's very green and woody and vegetal. Very watery. I almost get like spices and vetiver and musk. It kind of reminds me of something damp growing in a swamp, almost like iris growing in swamp water. I think there's supposed to be a lot of incense or frankincense in here. Pierre Bourdon. I don't know, but I'll definitely let you guys know. Bois d'Orage. I'm definitely a huge fan of this house. I think I need only 5 or 6 more to complete my collection, but the ones that I'm missing are the heavy hitters like The Night and Dawn and Promise, and they're all, you know, upwards of, you know, several hundreds of dollars. So we'll see how that plays out, but I'm glad that you guys could tune in and watch. Let me know what you think of these Caron, Vol de Nuit, Bois d'Orage. I'm expecting Yadigan to come. It could be here any day. Probably going to show up with my damn socks. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of those, and I'll definitely talk to you guys soon. But thanks for watching.